Nothing warms the heart or fills the stomach like a restaurant on the up and up. But which chains will be serving up success in 2025? The original Dave's Hot Chicken wasn't even a restaurant, but a tent, some tables, and a portable kitchen located in a Los Angeles parking lot. Now that parking lot pop-up is a multinational restaurant chain with locations in countries such as Canada and Qatar, not to mention all across the United States. Now, Dave's is primed for an expansion in 2025, one that will build on the successes of the previous year. In total, Dave's has a staggering 950 new locations in development. One significant pillar of the company's trajectory into 2025 is its entry into the UK market, where 60 locations are already planned. The Nashville hot chicken trend may not be in vogue quite like it was in the late 2010s and early 2020s, but Dave's has cleared the trend's peak unscathed, persisting as one of the largest and most recognizable names in the world of hot chicken. The menu at Freddy's frozen custard and Steakburgers is just about as straightforward as it gets. What sets Freddy's apart from its competition isn't the range of food it makes, however, but a commitment to making those items of a higher quality than the rest of the fast food industry.
A steak burger is not really what you think it is. I didn't know that it's the most delicious thing in the world.
The first Freddy's opened in 2002, so the brand isn't quite new on the scene, but it is primed for some significant growth in the near future. According to an article published in QSR magazine, Freddy's planned on opening 65 new locations in 2024 after successfully opening 62 the previous year. Even if there doesn't yet seem to be a publicly stated goal for 2025, commitments to a total of 550 restaurants suggest that the chain should maintain its current rate of growth over the next few years. So expect to see a lot more high-quality burgers and frozen custard from Freddy's in 2025. Midway through 2024, a private equity firm called Blackstone purchased smoothie and bowl chain Tropical Smoothie Cafe for approximately $2 billion. By that point, the chain was already experiencing its fair share of success, hence that hefty price tag. That said, it should hardly come as a surprise to learn that, under its new ownership, Tropical Smoothie Cafe is still slated for some aggressive growth. Back in 2019, a blog post on the Tropical Smoothie Cafe franchising website put forward a goal of 1,500 total locations by 2025. According to QSR magazine, the chain had already opened 1,400 locations by August 2024. At that point in time, plans were also in place for 950 additional locations, having successfully opened 176 new stores in 2023. Even if the chain doesn't hit that same number in 2025, just 100 more stores would mean Tropical Smoothie Cafe has reached its ambitious 2025 objective. To support this trajectory, the company plans to accommodate budget-conscious customers in a manner not yet outlined in precise terms, although it'll likely entail some sort of a menu rework. Not only is Tropical Smoothie Cafe on track to be one of the fastest-growing chains of 2025 then, but the chain may also change significantly over the course of the year too. As recently as 2019, there were merely 84 Slim Chickens restaurants in operation. Now, according to a QSR magazine report, Slim Chickens is aiming for 1,000 total domestic locations and 500 overseas. In support of that goal, the chain had reached about 250 locations by the start of 2024 and was expected to open 70 new locations by the year's end. Plans were also in place at the time for over 1,200 stores in total. In October 2024, a blog post published by investor 10 Point Capital confirmed that business was booming and its growth proceeding according to plan. Going into 2025 then, there are few chains hotter than Slim Chickens. No longer a regional southern favorite, but one of the fastest up-and-comers in the country. While Small Sliders might not be the first restaurant chain dedicated to the art of the miniature hamburger, a unique approach to franchising could help it succeed where competitors have come up short. Small's restaurants are known as cans, referring to the fact that they're not built from scratch, but dropped onto available real estate, effectively prefabricated from shipping containers. In July 2024, a company press release announced that there were plans in place for new Small Sliders cans in 21 different states. For what it's worth, Small Sliders remains relatively, well, small, with just 19 locations open approaching the end of 2024. That said, the company detailed a total of 290 locations either open or in the works at the time of the press release's publication.
We're going to look back and we're going to go, wow, this is incredible.
Furthermore, some franchisees have already committed to multiple locations, like an ownership duo in North Carolina with plans for 9 small sliders restaurants. Coupled with the fact that the timeline for new restaurants will be shorter than usual thanks to the can model, we could well see a meteoric rise in small sliders across the U.S. over the course of 2025. Although generally well-known, Bojangles is very much a regional chain. Residents of North Carolina say could have a handful of branches within driving distance, while your average Coloradan might never have heard of the place. Moving into 2025, however, Bojangles is set to become a household name for an increasingly large cross-section of the U.S. population. A corporate press release in 2024 announced that of the 40 new Bojangles locations that opened in 2023, 10 were in markets new to the brand. That same year, the chain established plans for 270 new restaurants. Presumably, those will take a few years to finalize. Looking ahead to 2025, one key pillar of Bojangles' growth is its expansion into the Las Vegas area. Already, 20 locations are planned in Vegas, which, nearing the end of 2024, was totally Bojangles-less. Additionally, the chain will open up restaurants in 10 Travel Centers of America truck stops also in the western U.S., albeit in regions that have yet to be announced. Bonchon is one of the leading U.S. chains specializing in Korean fried chicken, which is itself becoming increasingly popular across the country. Worldwide, Bonchon boasts just over 450 locations, with a stateside presence consisting of more than 140 locations. That number is set to grow over the course of 2025 as Bonchon expands its presence across the U.S.
Best Korean food I've ever had.
Notably, in November 2024, QSR Magazine reported that Bonchon's growth in the third quarter of the year had been unprecedented. While the company opened a respectable but not astronomical 25 new U.S. locations in 2024, its expectation is for that number to double over the course of the following year. Supporting these plans are agreements for 66 new restaurants inked in Q3 of 2024 alone. Furthermore, those 2024 openings were spread across 10 different states. Long-term, Bonchon hopes to amass 500 locations in the U.S. over the next 5 years, and a big 2025 looks to be the first step toward that ambitious goal. First Watch is a higher-end sit-down chain specializing in brunch classics. Nearing the end of 2024, the chain already comprised just over 550 locations, with 570 in total expected by the year's end. The number is expected to grow even further come the following year. On a Q3 2024 earnings call, the CEO and president of First Watch, Chris Tomaso, shared that the company aims to grow by at least 10% every year. To that end, First Watch plans to open 120 new locations, the majority of which Tomaso expects will come to fruition in either 2025 or 2026. That's somewhere in the ballpark of 60 new restaurants in 2025 alone. Long-term, First Watch hopes to amass 2,200 locations in total. So, if all goes according to plan, its sizable 2025 expansion will mark just the first step of a years-long growth plan. In June 2023, the so-called Costco guys posted a video on TikTok of Costco's sister Ashley promoting a restaurant called Playa Bowls in Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey. Playa Bowls is local but not limited to the Jersey Shore. There are currently more than 250 branches across 24 states, in addition to both Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico. According to retail news outlet Chain Store Age, Playa Bowls had a big 2024 and looks to continue its business success moving into 2025. In 2024 alone, Playa Bowls estimated that it would end the year opening 75 new locations, accounting for a significant percentage of its overall size. This trajectory will be supported by commitments for more than 300 new stores spread out across a wide range of territories, including new markets such as Dallas, Texas, and significant expansion in New York. Based on the company's 75 openings in 2024 and its plans for 4 times as many stores in the pipeline, it's safe to say Playa Bowls is primed to become one of the big chain restaurant success stories of 2025. Subway may have gotten there first, but it's safe to say that Chipotle came to define an increasingly common style of fast casual dining, in which customers can pick out ingredients as their meal is made in front of them. Cava is a little like Chipotle, but for pan-Mediterranean rice bowls, salads, and pita wraps. And it turns out customers enjoy assembling Greek salads almost as much as burrito bowls because Cava is set to expand significantly in the years to come.
Cava shares have been on a tear, hitting a record high today, more than doubling in 6 months.
Reporting by QSR Magazine revealed a total of 323 Cava restaurants were in operation as of June 2024. Of note was one particular Chicago location, which exceeded sales expectations to such an extent that it single-handedly signaled an opportunity to speed up the chain's expansion. For now, the precise extent to which Cava is expected to grow in 2025 is unclear. Already, however, the company opened 72 restaurants in 2023 and a planned 50 or so restaurants in 2024, with a goal of 1,000 in total by 2032. Given the chain's rapid growth thus far, that seems doable, and anyone without a Cava nearby should expect to see one at some point in the near future. Just as Small Sliders is breaking ground in the industry with an efficient pipeline for constructing new restaurants, drive-through salad chain Salad & Go utilizes a unique and innovative model to expedite food preparation. Rather than making their salads and other dishes in-house, each branch of Salad & Go is fed by a centrally located commissary that handles the bulk of food prep ahead of time. While that might sound like it might limit the chain's potential for expansion, each commissary can theoretically support 400 locations. Plus, with just 2 commissaries, one in Dallas and one in Phoenix, Salad & Go has already spread into neighboring states such as Nevada and Oklahoma. As of 2024, new locations are in the works in California, Kansas, and Arkansas, as well as the southwestern arm in or around Atlanta. In 2023, one new Salad & Go opened every week on average, and the chain expected to continue at that pace through 2024. With an eventual goal of thousands of locations and the momentum in place to support it, Salad & Go's proprietary business model could very well help it become a national success story in 2025 and beyond. Mexican fast casual chain Qdoba may be old news these days, but an ongoing revitalization is in the process of breathing new life into the brand. The chain kickstarted its turnaround after a 2022 acquisition by a company called Butterfly Equity. That change in ownership was so significant for Qdoba that franchise-focused business publication Franchise Times awarded it Deal of the Year in 2024. The chain opened 14 new restaurants in 2023 and expected another 50 in 2024. If all goes according to plan, that number will expand even further in 2025 to a total of 75 new Qdoba locations. As of 2024, Qdoba sat at around 750 units and was on track to eclipse 1,000 by the end of 2027. With such a sizable and rapid expansion already underway, it's safe to say that Qdoba will become much more widespread in 2025.